Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the revival of the Gamesforum podcast. And why are you laughing? That's a decent way to greet people. But whatever, we're back. I am your host, Raw Powered, or Rawgasm, as I'm now known on the forum. This week I am joined by the likes of Ride the Walrus.
Evening.
Also we have on the stage, Deus Ex Machina.
Hey.
And, oh my god, boys and girls, you never guess who's here. It's Bread Don't Surf. After his long hiatus from the forum, he has returned.
Hello.
Oh, fucking inspiration to all of us. How have you been, Bread? How have you been? Stop fapping. How have you been?
Death.
Death?
Yeah.
Cool. I guess I am War. And you two can be Famine and Pestilence?
I'll be Wrath.
Pestilence.
Pesticide?
Can I be Lust?
Can someone tell me how to play Minesweeper? I honestly have no idea how to play it.
You click on the mines and you commit suicide.
Oh, okay.
So don't do that unless you want to die.
Well,
I like Minesweeper, but I feel like the MLG servers are just a bit too overpowered, you know?
I didn't like the DLC.
Yeah, the on-disc DLC. I mean, what the hell? Come on.
I was just...
Yeah.
Have you ever got a 9?
Oh god, have I ever got a 9? I shit my pants when I get 9.
I don't even know how to play this game. Why am I...
Luckily for you, you're in the hands of Minesweeper experts.
Honestly, I have no idea what I'm doing right now.
For anyone who hasn't seen the Minesweeper trailer, go look up College Humor's Minesweeper trailer.
Mhm.
It is brilliant. Well, maybe not brilliant, but that's besides the point.
You know who I hate?
No.
Alright.
The IRA. Fucking bunch of pieces of shit. Wait, we're about to
So,
start.
go on.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
go on. Go on, you cunt. That's
Change
swear.
appearance. I can change colors, and I can make it a flower garden. It's either Minesweeper or flower garden. What the fuck is the point?
Right, I guess we'll start off with an old Gamesforum podcast tradition. What have we all been playing?
Minesweeper.
Yeah, we're always on Minesweeper. We have formed a clan. But no, I have been playing some Jungle, if anyone's heard of that.
All I heard was Toad Jungle there. What was that you said though?
Tokyo Jungle.
Oh, Tokyo, right.
Tokyo, like the city. In
The
Japan.
city in Mexico. Yeah, the city in Mexico.
All that.
So,
Yeah.
what's the game about, Alex?
Mm-hmm.
What the game's about is you live in a post-apocalyptic world of Tokyo where human civilization has just been wiped out by what at the beginning is an unknown cause. But what's left, however, is all the animals.
Spoilers.
Well, I'm not spoiling anything about what actually happens, but that is learned throughout the game. But
Alright.
what happens now is all the humans are gone, but all the animals are left to survive on their own. And every single animal has gone feral. So, you know, like a little pet dog or something just goes out into the wild and now has to fend for itself by feeding on, I don't know, little chicks or something. And, something small like that into, you know, like circus and zoo animals escaping. So, like, the streets could have a tiger in there somewhere.
Well, it is Tokyo.
Yeah, exactly. The game splits itself into two different modes. There is a survival mode, which, well, is to survive, obviously. What the hell is that?
I don't know, but I'm actually quite scared. It might be Adam's horse mask.
You might have a whiteboard jotting down ideas.
Don't listen to Raw.
So I stopped listening ages ago.
Oh well, fuck you then.
What console is this game on then?
It's on the PS Triple, the most ballin' console out there.
The what?
One that
The most
PS Triple.
ballin' console out there, the PS Triple, as said by
Just-
Chad Warden.
Hey,
the
it's
PS3.
gonna be the PS Quadro soon. Just picture that.
I see.
No, yeah, for the PS3, I got it pretty cheap thanks to PlayStation Plus, which is a very good service.
I've actually been tempted
Yeah,
to
it's
buy
just
that.
it's worth it because you get games for free every month.
Yeah,
Like
it's
last
alright.
month, like
At one point you got Just Cause 2, which for free that is a bargain.
I got
For
I
any-
got Sleeping Dogs for free this month.
Oh,
That's
Jesus
definitely
Christ.
because Sleeping Dogs is brilliant.
It is. I recently reviewed that, which I'll get on to what I do outside the forum later. But
I don't
I
think
think-
anyone wants to put you outside the forum.
oh,
Well, actually, you do not outside the forum because you're sitting on it 24/7. You sit there ghost half the time.
I'm no longer Ghost.
He's actually made himself
No.
visible now.
But
Yeah, God.
back to Tokyo Jungle. The survival mode is where we pick up all the little in-game key items, which explains how human civilization is eventually wiped out. And then it also helps to unlock story mode chapters, which feature just like these little mini episodes of like certain animals going through certain scenarios during this post-apocalyptic world. And it's just really interesting because anything can happen to you during this entire thing. Like,
Wait, so do you actually play an animal in it? Yeah.
yeah, you play
Right,
as an animal.
So what animal did you go for?
You only can play at the beginning. You can only play as a deer and a Pomerian dog. I think it's called a Pomerian. It's like little and fluffy.
I think as you go through the story, you can play as more then.
Yeah, you can unlock more characters through the survival mode. And
Can you play as a sloth?
I don't know. You might be able to. There's thousands of animals to unlock in that game. Like you can play as a little baby chick, and it's slow as hell and can't do anything. And it just flails there until something kills you.
Oh, there's no. Oh, fuck, that's loud. I apologize.
But no, something as small as a chick to then something like a lion you can play as. But like what I really love about it is just through the survival mode, anything can happen to you. Like the first playthrough I did, I lasted for about 3 generations, and
It's a long time to last.
yeah, in real time, by the way.
How long
No,
is a
it's not- it's
generation
not-
then?
How it works is what you have to do is you have to go around the streets of Tokyo gaining territories in certain neighborhoods, and you get into the territory, and then females of your species will start crawling in, and then you can find the right female, and then you two can do your business, and then that's the generation. So your offspring. Then once you do that, you play as your offspring and continue on the flow of the rest of your life. And
All
that's keeps repeating until eventually you die at
Alright.
some point. And
What if you accidentally gave birth to a mentally disabled animal?
The question
Um,
of euthanasia in a game.
I don't think he knows how to answer.
I want to continue because I'm pretty sure you guys want to talk about your games, but whatever.
Just go ahead.
Yeah. What I just really love about it is the sheer unpredictability of it. Like, one moment like, the first playthrough I did, I lasted 3 generations, and then I was just killed off because I couldn't find any food anywhere, because all the all my prey just kept outrunning me because the small dog is very slow in a sense. So you're just trying to run across the stage, but everything is outrunning you, so you just kind of die. Then the second playthrough, I played as the dog again, but the second generation I got in, I was mauled by a tiger just from out of nowhere. just out of nowhere, tiger.
Can you play as a chihuahua?
You might
what?
be able to.
A chihuahua. Do you know the little
Oh,
dog?
Chihuahua. I thought you said a Chihuahua.
You know,
I'm like, what the fuck
you know-
is a Chihuahua?
You know, you're not the first person to ask me that today. I told my friend I was reviewing it for the site. Again, I'll get back onto that later. But yeah, and he said, "Can you play as a Chihuahua?" I was like, I think you might." I don't know, but there are lots and lots of animals in there. Just
How are the
really
graphics
fun-
like? Sorry.
the graphics are pretty nice, and it's what I like about it is how realistic it is and how believable the world could be if we just suddenly went and all the animals were just left behind.
Are we sort of talking like just for example, like sort of Far Cry 3 sort of style in a way with the sort of leaves and shit with the animals as well? If you played Far Cry 3.
I haven't played Far Cry 3, no, but
Well, that was just pointless to me saying that.
yeah, it's got good graphics, really good graphics, but there's not much really to comment on it because it feels like an arcade game. If anything, you're just out there to get as many points as you can, survive as long as you can, and yeah, it's really good. And I got it really cheap, as I said, thanks to PlayStation Plus. So I got it for about a tenner, which this is I don't know, about a 8-month-old game now.
So is it a retail game? Is it sold in shops?
Yes.
Well, I don't know.
It is available in shops and for download as well. They were both released at the same time, which was pretty good.
Because I can't say I've ever heard of it, really.
No,
I
I've seen
believe
it
there was a
about
thread
that.
on the forum like ages ago. I think Zan posted a thread about it ages ago. In fact, I believe you posted on it, Wally.
Oh.
I've never heard of it.
So what rating would you give it?
I'm going to reveal that to you soon when I get the review done for it.
God, keeping us in suspense.
Yeah.
So others know, where do they go to find that review?
Sorry?
On the forum.
No, because Raw doesn't do it on the forum
Yes,
anymore.
they would
As
go
some
to
of
find
you
out.
know, as some of you know, I'm no longer reviewing on Gamesforum. I know it's sad, leaving a whole legacy behind, if you want to call it that. But I review for a site, my friend's podcast called 2 Cents, where it's mainly a movie review show, but they do a lot of Walking Dead reviews, and they've asked me to do some of the game review rights for it. I've done it for about a month now, and it's all right. It's all right. So far I've done 4 reviews for it, with this new one coming up of Tokyo Jungle. I did PlayStation All Stars. I did Anarchy Reigns, Halo 4, and Sleeping Dogs. All very positive scores, which I must do something about because I don't want to be too positive with this stuff.
You need to pick a shit game to give a shit score.
Oh, I've got a shit game coming.
The War Z! The War Z!
I've got a
Just
shit
go
game
play that.
coming up. All right, I'll do it then. But I've got a shit game coming up after Tokyo Jungle. I was about to say Tokyo Hotel there. That is a band. A very shit
Really
band
good.
with a very...
They only had like one good song that I actually liked.
Hey, do not diss them. I like them.
Is it because they have Tokyo in their name? Let's
No,
be
it's because
honest.
the lead singer looks like a fucking girl.
No.
It leads
This
him
is
on.
coming from
It
someone
might-
that like... Sorry,
Go
but
on.
this is coming from someone that likes glam rock.
Fucking glam rock.
I mean, it does say Tokyo Hotel, but it isn't spelled like Tokyo anyway, but it was a friend who showed me one of their songs, and then I just started listening to some of their songs, like Monsoon and all that.
Alright, so that's my game that I want to talk about. Let's move on to Wally. What would you like? What have you been playing this week, Wally?
Well, it's not really this week, but anyway, last week I finished Ni no Kuni, the sort of Studio Ghibli JRPG game.
You go Ghibli Wibbly.
Yeah, that too.
hmm
It's an odd one because it's like, I don't know, it's like sort of your typical JRPG where it goes on about the story for 40 hours and
A lot of grinding.
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of grinding. But in the same way, it's kind of like Pokemon because you capture like animals and creatures and whatnot, and you train them and you even evolve them or metamorphize them. So
Mm.
it it's a very odd mix of the two, but I think it works quite well.
Yeah. What is the Pokemon-esque gameplay like then in that game?
Well, it's not turn-based or anything, but it's real time. But the whole capturing creatures, training them, naming them, evolving them, it makes it seem very, well, yeah, very Pokemon-wise.
Yeah,
It's
it sounds interesting because I've read quite a lot about it.
well,
And,
I only got it for like 32 quid, and considering I got about 45 hours out of it, you could say it's
that's pretty good then for 48 hours, for 40 odd hours.
story-wise. It's about some little kid called Oliver, and he is a little kid. He's like 8 or something, and some stuff goes down about his mum, and basically he ends up meeting this little Welsh guy called Mr. Drippy, who
Means Jed.
That is the creepiest name,
he is
Mr.
a little-
Drippy.
He is a little Welsh guy, Jed.
he's the
Yeah, I
token
used-
Welsh guy. But have you ever seen Gavin and Stacey?
Yes.
You know the ginger Welsh guy with the mustache?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
He
Yeah.
does the voice of Mr. Drippy in it.
Oh, that could not be any Oh, fuck.
It's
Creepy.
really weird. I don't know. But yeah, and basically he's set off into another world to find out about his mum and rescue her and whatnot. But the one major complaint I'd have about the story is that there's so much filler in it. It seems that they could have made the game about 25, 30 hours worth and then just ended at that. But they really do seem to drag it out unnecessarily. But
It's not. Is it like bad as Dragon Ball,
not quite, I wouldn't say.
where Goku is screaming for 19 episodes until he turns Super Saiyan?
That's actually pretty bad. The Freezer one, where he's actually fighting Freezer and just like you've got loads of episodes of filler, which is pointless.
Isn't that what they made another Dragon Ball series where they cut out all the filler?
Yeah, Dragon Ball Kai, is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm pretty sad though because they cut out the Boo saga, and that was my favourite. Like I like Kid Boo and Super Boo and Chocolate Boo and yeah,
Why is there so many boos?
because he
They
likes to
sound like
transform.
Teletubby characters. They all sound like Teletubby characters.
I wish they were Teletubby characters.
Dinky Winky, Dipsy, La La, Boo.
The sun used to creep me out on that show.
I got my finger stuck on a keyring. Help.
Not again.
Oh, wait, I got it out.
All right. Save this podcast from derailing. Deus, what have you been playing?
I've been playing two things, but the main thing I've been playing is the new Naruto, Ultimate Ninja Storm 3, which is definitely an upgrade from the previous one, which was Generations. But the story mode was fun. It basically is just the usual following a storyline of what's been happening in the anime and all that. But the one downside to the actual story mode was how they changed the ending from what, like, if whoever's read the manga knows has basically got up to where the game was, and the endings were just completely different. Like, the manga's continuing the war, but the game just ended it in a pointless scene, basically. But other than that, the actual game itself was much better, and the new features they've added, like, you've got an online tournament mode where it pitches 8 people against each other, and you watch each fight until it's your fight. And Generations had that as well, but in this one they've now got fluid changes, which basically gives you different rules, like you can't use any substitution jutsus. If you get hit by a ninjutsu, you get more damage. You only have 30 seconds in the match, and that's basically probably one of the best things about the game, was the fact how the tournament in Generations was just tournament, and you get bored of it pretty fast. I mean, the online on that was probably dead within a month. Within a month, no one was playing it, other than maybe the odd tournament. On this one, it's just you see tournament after tournament after tournament, and the character roster is pretty good. Though, again, the one thing that pissed a lot of people off was they had 4 characters going to be featured in the actual character roster, and I think it was about a week before release they decided to take them all out, the 4 characters, and you still no idea why they decided to take them out. People think they might add it as DLC, which will piss everyone off, because the characters are in the actual story mode. You fight them because they're one of the bosses, all 4 of them. But then they decided to take them out and a move which everyone was looking forward to, which basically, if you go onto like the Namco Bandai forums, people were uproaring about it. But they've also added you've now got ring out, where you can get ringed out basically. Like in the other Narutos, you had a barrier stopping you from ringing out. In this one, you can get ringed out. You've got new jutsus. You've got a whole bunch of new stuff, which basically makes the game more enjoyable and makes you want to play it more. I mean, another new thing about the story mode is you've got choices. Like in the other ones, it was this happens, that happens. In this one, you've got choices, like you've got the hero and the legend. The legend's the harder one. So say, for example, you want to go fight someone. The legend one will be like, you've got to go through about 200 enemies before you get to him, and you've got to stay above this amount of health. The hero one will be the easy one. Oh, you can just go straight to him and fight him. So and each one you pick leads to something different in the story. So it gives it more replay value, basically, because you want to go through and find out what happens if you pick a different choice. And as for difficulty, the game's pretty easy, other than the final boss fight, which everyone dislikes, because you basically have to fight 8 enemies at once, 4 times, without any health regenerations. So basically...
Really?
Yeah, it's basically 8 for the first fight, 7 actually. You've got to fight 7 people, and in the first one you can have help from a friend who can come in and basically help. But then in the second fight, you've got the problem of basically you're by yourself, and you've got to fight them all at once. And it's impossible nearly. I mean, the amount of times you've actually got to try it is ridiculous.
Shit.
I mean, it's took some people 2-3 attempts, which okay, but you've got completionists who love to get all the achievements.
Yeah.
And one of the achievements is S rank, the final mission, which basically you've got to have 40%. You've got to have more than 60% health throughout the whole fight. And you've got to fight them 3 times, and then the main boss guy, which the main boss guy is easy. You just do what you usually do against all the other enemies. And then with the rest, it's just you're getting attacked one after the other, so it's pretty much impossible. But as an overall, the game's pretty good.
Yeah. It sounds interesting. Like, I'm not a big fan of anime, but I love playing anime games. Like, I do like playing the Dragon Ball games every now and then. Like, there was Dragon Ball Raging Blast a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And I really liked that because it was it stayed true to the anime, and it felt like every character kind of played the same, and there was the same tactic. Like, you gain up the meter, and then you put an opponent in the stun, then use that meter while he's stunned. I felt like that just kind of abused the entire game. Is there anything like that at all? You know, just something. Does every character play differently?
Yes, and this is the main problem. I mean, you go online and you've got a character that you can't touch, as in literally the person can just sit there and the character's name's Deidara, and what he does, he makes clay stuff and launches it at the enemy, whoever it's attacking. And you'll find people online that basically are sole users and don't want to lose, so they revert to using this character, and they just sit there pressing X, and you can't get close to him. And he just keeps doing it. He doesn't. There isn't a bar that stops him from doing it. I mean, normal attacks, there's a blue bar, a chakra bar, which once that's depleted, you have to wait. But with these attacks, that doesn't deplete his bar, so he just keeps attacking. And if you ever come against him online, you can almost certainly be sure you're going to lose, and it's just ridiculous. So people can abuse that. I mean, an addition that's been in since Generations was a sub bar, because in Ultimate Ninja Storm 2, the sub bar was part of your chakra bar, which meant everyone could just, like, when someone's attacking, you'd turn into a log and appear behind the person, so you'd be able to dodge, basically.
As you do.
Yeah, and in Ninja Storm 2, it was part of the chakra bar, so you could do it over and over again, basically, and just recharge it quickly. Now, since the last game and this game, you have a certain amount of substitutions. Once you've used all 4 substitutions, you've got to wait a bit for it to come back up.
All right. That sounds interesting. That really sounds interesting. Like, as I said, I kind of like the Dragon Ball games, but you've definitely made it sound interesting to me. I might have to pick it up.
It's worth the play. I'd say you've got to wait for the price to come down, because I think it's still £40, which I love the games like this, but the only reason I bought this was because I'm a fan, obviously. But for anyone that isn't a big fan on it,
yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is it really just one for the fans, or can other people outside the fan base enjoy it as well?
They might not know exactly what's going on in the story. It isn't that you'd still have fun playing it, but it's definitely not worth £40 for someone that isn't a fan. If you're not a fan, other Naruto games that went down to like £10-15 within a couple of 3 months. So once it's down to that price, you can easily get it. But for anyone that isn't like going, oh my god, I really want to play it, it's not worth buying it until the prices went down.
I have to say, I remember playing one of the Naruto games, demos a few months ago on Xbox. I don't know which one it was. And building on what I said, it played pretty much exactly like the Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi games.
Yeah, that'll either be one of the last 3 games, because Rise of the Ninja and Broken Bond play weird compared to the new ones.
Yeah.
I bought Broken Bond back the other week, and I completed Ninja Storm 2 and then went back to Broken Bond, and I just couldn't play it because it was just different.
Because I was actually thinking about buying it for a second, just because all of those Dragon Ball Z games so much.
Wasn't there a Dragon Ball Z game where it was 4 players on one screen at a time?
Ooh,
I remember seeing a trailer of it, and it looked really good. It was like Dragon Ball Z All-Star Battle Royale thing.
I don't remember it, but they seem to be churning the games out pretty frequently.
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about, but it might have not just been Dragon Ball Z by itself. It might have been other animes all in one, and it was 4 people that you fight.
That was like, I think that was for like the DS or something, where there was loads of anime characters put into one game.
Yeah, it was literally just like one linear map where it's only one route. You can only go to the side, basically, what looked on the screen, forwards or backwards. And you had characters from like Hunter x Hunter, One Piece, Naruto, Bleach, and all that, Dragon Ball Z.
I know that. I remember that because I remember reading about there was a couple of JoJo Bizarre Adventure characters in there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Sai might have posted it in the forum at one point as well, like a trailer of it or something. I think that's where I saw it from.
Alright, so what was that other game you've been playing then?
The new Sleeping Dogs DLC, though. I'm not going to say much about it because I know if anyone from the forums like watching this or listening to it, basically, they still haven't played it, like DS and Vice, I think, and whatever else. I'm not going to say much about it. Yeah, because
I am
definitely
thinking about picking it up. I'm definitely thinking about picking it up because I got it free last month.
Yeah, the Year of the Dragon DLC is definitely worth it. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I mean, it's probably about 2 hours long, so it took 2.5 hours long.
Can't last forever.
Yeah, but I mean, like what I do is basically like GTA in a sense where I just screw about, so I made it longer basically. But the whole fact of you being a cop the whole time and sorting out problems and all that, just it was actually pretty fun instead of just being part of the triad and the cop and just taking on major missions. Instead, you're just taking on smaller, minor missions at first, and it's just nice. It's actually it was a change, an actual fun change. For me personally, it was better than the North Point DLC.
I don't think I played the North Point DLC. I actually haven't gotten any of them.
Yeah, I think you've got North Point, the Zodiac tournament, and now you've got Year of the Dragon.
Yeah. All right. I liked Sleeping Dogs. I really liked it, and I think I will definitely have to pick up some DLC.
Definitely one.
Liam, are you? Liam, sorry, Bread. I'm supposed to call you Bread in this podcast. Are you still there?
Fine. No, I died ages ago.
Oh shit! Well, we're gonna have to end it here then. No. What have you been playing? What have you been playing, Bread?
Well, I've been playing a lot of things. It depends on what you mean, because I've been playing
game-wise.
As long
Really,
as long
I
as it doesn't
playing
refer
with
to your
cardboard.
as long as it doesn't refer to your genitalia, anything is fine in this podcast.
To be honest, the only thing I've been really playing a lot is the Old Republic, just because I'm one of those sad people. You know,
Fair enough.
one of
That's
those people
free
who
to play
waste.
now, isn't it?
What? Sorry?
It's free to play now, isn't it?
It is, yeah, but like, if
To
you're a
a certain
subscriber, you
extent.
get like,
Yeah.
yeah, if you're a subscriber, you get quite a bit of
It's a bit like RuneScape in a
bonus
sense.
content.
It's a
Yeah.
bit like RuneScape. You can play it for free, but if you want more advantages, you've got to subscribe.
But to be honest, the subscriber to it's got quite. It's worth the money in a way. It's like, I don't know, £9 a month, and everything gets the full story arc, like even free to play. But there'll be some bonus missions and whatnot, and some heroics and stuff like that the subscribers can do that the free plays can't.
I think that's how most MMOs are going now, really.
Yeah, they are. It makes some more money in the long term.
Except WoW, because that won't die.
Yeah.
No,
It will
won't
never die. No matter how many animals they make as playable races, it won't die.
Even the Star
law.
Trek game and Lord of the Rings game, as you said, the Old Republic.
I played the Star Trek one as well. It wasn't half bad. It's not a brilliant game, to be honest.
Dofus is another one that probably won't die. You guys probably haven't heard of that. I don't. You might have, but Dofus, which is a basically MMO, which it's mainly French people that play it. Which is the only reason I actually got into it for a bit was when I was in school over
And
it.
that's the reason we won't get into it.
Hey, it's got a whole English server and other languages server. It's just the majority of people I see play it is French. But that's another one that doesn't seem to die.
Speaking of Old Republic, isn't there going to be a DLC? No, not DLC, a new expansion pack.
Yes, it's the Rise of the Hut Cartel. I think it's called.
Yeah, I heard something quite frankly quite bad on the game's part. Like, apparently there was a planet that you could go there and you could have gay relationships.
What?
And that's the
What?
only planet you can have a gay relationship with.
Well, actually, seeing as it's BioWare, they have to include everything because there's something wrong with BioWare's head.
Yeah, but it's just like in Mass Effect. You can have gay relationship and all that.
Well,
crap.
that's the thing. Like, they can include it, but the fact is you can only do it on one planet. That's segregation.
You'd rather have it across the whole galaxy.
Yeah,
Like
you'd
she's
rather
across the galaxy.
spread your homosexuality across the galaxy.
That'd be weird.
But no, it sounds wrong, if anything, to just have the
It's
whole
just,
planet of...
I don't think it's wrong. I just think it's a bit odd to put it in a game as well. I think people just find it weird if it's in a game.
I don't find it, well, it probably isn't that weird if it's in a game, but like for it to be in one place of the game, then yeah, that's a bit weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, if anything, if it's either they should have included it in every area, in every planet in the game, or
Not
don't put
included
in
at
all,
all,
but
yeah.
just have,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because on like every single planet, there's something different going on, but most of them, they all follow the same sort of trend in terms of how you go through the planet. You'll start off in one area, then you go to the other, then you'll just end up going to, like, there's probably about 4 areas, the starter bit on it. You'll have a massive area, and two other smaller ones, and it just goes through them all. It gets kind of repetitive after a while. It's the only thing I don't like about the Old Republic, really. But it does get boring kind of quick as you get to the higher levels.
Yeah, I was one of the people that unfortunately bought it on release, and yeah,
Smart boy.
I played it for about 2-3 weeks, and then I just realized this is just awful. I didn't even get past the first free month on it, to be honest.
Did you enjoy like some of it though? Like some of the story
I
arcs?
thought that the beginning bit where you're doing that training planet or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that bit, but then once you got off it, it all just seemed a bit overly complicated without being too in depth.
Yeah.
It's like
Some parts are.
it was like I think the first planet you go to, and there's like tons of places to go, and I don't know, it was really
You
overwhelming.
don't really get given a guide. Sometimes you're just sort of expected to know where to go sometimes, and that's something they need to sort of fix. There's not enough
Yeah.
guide, because within the first planet, it's more on the Empire sort of side of it. Like, you should just close the chat, because there's just like spoilers every 2 seconds. Because people are too stupid to realize that it's one of the starting planets for all of the classes in one, and they'll just sit there like just spoiling the entire story arc without realizing how stupid they are.
I think
like if you say every 2 seconds, like 1 second, oh, it turns out Luke is Leia's sister, or oh, it turns out Anakin Skywalker is Darth Vader, or this guy just kissed me on the gay planet.
Yes, that's what it's like. But like sometimes that planet, there's a few classes that have to go back there for something, and they just go there and ask for help, but they spoil it in the most ridiculous way. It's just stupid. It's actually kind of funny to watch everyone react, because everyone just goes all over the top about it. Spoilers. I am enjoying it though. The expansion comes out in, I think it's 3 weeks now. I think that's when it comes.
Will you at least try the gay relationship planet?
I refuse to. I'm not going there. If I found out which one it was,
you could name it after Gamesforum.
I'll call it the Gamesforum planet.
You should just do it so you can like graphically tell us what happened on a podcast. I mean, yeah, like just really like loads of big words that make us visualize it.
Hydrochloric acid.
No, thanks. That just makes me want to scream.
No, it is a good enough game on its terms. The graphics are pretty damn good for an MMO at least. It's because it's a bit recent. It's obviously going to be a bit. It's obviously going to look better, but it is. For free-to-play one, you'd say it was good, but it was a retail at start, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty sure it wasn't, and they've decided to make it free.
I mean, if you make it free, I see most people are going for free-to-play because they get a lot of net income from it. Like, a lot. Because you get the things called cartel coins, and you can buy that with, real money, and it gives you stuff to put in, like, a specific store. And, like, people have wasted a lot of money on that. Like, a lot.
I know. You have one for the PS3 called DC Universe. I know some people have spent a ridiculous amount of money on that game.
To be honest, I don't see how people can spend that much money on an MMO or any game, to be honest, much anymore.
The most I've ever spent is like the reoccurring monthly membership on the likes of RuneScape, Dofus, and all that. I mean,
Since 2013.
Yeah, the only that's all I really spend money on when it comes to MMOs, when you've got to pay for subscriptions. But I mean, a friend of mine, I don't know how true it is, but he says he's probably spent more than £500 on DC Universe, on buying new characters, skins, moves, and I'm just like...
Plus, unless the skins have a benefit, there is no point in buying them. Like, regardless of whether it looks cool.
I mean,
it's just stupid.
I like it. Like League of Legends is a good one. You can either buy the points with money, or you can repeatedly play matches until you can get enough points for the skins or characters, which is good. But like when they decide, oh yeah, you've got to pay like £2 for a skin or for a set of free skins. I mean, like, what's the point? They don't do anything.
You know, speaking of an RTS, I got Dota 2 off a friend and tried that for a little while. It's actually not half bad considering that I can't play RTS games for shit.
I'm pretty sure, like, the other day, yesterday or the day before, Garfield is in fact come in and posted in the chat box. He had like 23 DOTA, is it?
It's just say
keys. Yeah, whatever it's called. He came in saying he had like 23 keys to use.
They've been glitching out a bit because one of my friends, he offered me the Arma 3 Lite just because he could do it. He had a 3 invite, so I got one of them. And he has like 20 Dota 2s because apparently they've been glitching up when people buy them. Like they're just like, here, give it to like 20 of your friends. And
Steam just basically give them away. Like, I'm sure I know someone who has over 200 Dota 2 invites.
What the fuck?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
My brother has actually had. Yes, I do.
Good.
My brother has actually given out more invites than he's actually played Dota 2.
That's when you know it's like over.
Well, that's from what I was saying, really. That's me done.
All right. I suppose we'll move away from that now. How are we doing for time exactly?
We've probably done about 40 minutes now.
Yeah, I'd say
Alright.
for that.
That's pretty good. We're not done yet though.
Yeah, we continue on because I'm pretty sure on YouTube, as long as you put in a code and it lets you post out more than 15 minutes. So time isn't that problem, and considering we're only recording a voice, and I might like put a picture behind it, just so there's a picture on the video instead of a blank screen. The file size won't be that big.
Just a picture of Catbug.
Just have a picture of a gay planet and just call it Gamesforum.
Really want me to do that? I have a planet called Gamesforum on it, because I can do that.
Yeah, go on.
I have Photoshop.
Alright, yeah, let's do that. Alright, so moving on to the next topic at hand. Quote of the week. Well, my quote of the week anyway. Basically it's from every week I'll find a post that I thought just made me laugh, made me think, made me
I've got one for myself.
just a little. Huh?
Go on, no, I was just saying I figured out which one I'm going to say for me.
Alright, well, this is my one. It's actually from a fairly new person called A Persistent Lotosh. I hope I pronounced that right. But on the Thinking of Bringing Back the Gamesforum podcast thread, he said this: I'd be happy to help out. Can I ask, why is your name green? If it's a touchy subject, then don't feel like you need to answer. Now, it's not the fact that it's funny, but it's very thought-provoking. Like, how can me getting a green name? How can me getting a green name be a touchy subject?
I don't know, but he does make some weird posts.
My race or something?
I mean,
I think maybe like. Sorry, go ahead, Alex.
Give me a sec. I'm gonna try and find the post. It was about toilet roll. In the he was saying.
I have one.
Go on.
I have one that's in my.
Yeah. You can actually go first because I need to find this post anyway.
This isn't from the week, but when I was back on, and this is from someone called Ben Liot, and I'm pretty sure Raw remember this post. Mm-hmm. And I'll have to count this.
Is this the one on... Oh, right, okay, yep. Right.
Mario game is awesome game. There is no world to sharing my feeling about that game. From my childhood, I played that game.
From my child.
It's
yeah, I
just
remember that one. When I was doing reviews here, like every for some reason, all the Mario reviews, I get something which just... It's just horribly spelt, horribly put together, and it was just a mess of words. Like There
was more. There was worse than that one. I just found that one the funniest because of the in my childhood time.
I mean,
Yeah.
you couldn't get worse than mine when I first joined. My Final Fantasy 1 and all that, oh my god, they were terrible, and my Bleach Soul Resurrection, I think it was them too. That they were just horrible. I look back at them now and I'm just like, I want to go into a corner. I'm depressed at how bad they were.
I'm trying to find another quote from my Mario reviews.
While you're looking for that, going back to the Latouche person on how we made that post, another random one like thingy was in the Why So Sad thread, and he put, I've got some really bad toilet roll, but it was bought in a large pack, so I'm going to have to use it all before I get something better.
If there's one thing you don't buy cheap of, it's toilet roll.
Yeah,
know.
it's normally like made of sandpaper.
I swear
it is.
someone's made sandpaper toilet roll before, and I've actually tried to use it, which is just, it makes me cringe.
Yeah, we had toilet roll recently from B&M's, so
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
And considering it was just St. Patrick's Day.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Wait, what just happened?
Yeah, I found... sorry,
Go on.
I found another Mario quote from... well, not a Mario quote, a response to a Mario review I did on Super Mario 3D Land. It's from Lovely Sherry. It says, "It is the classic game. Love it very much when I am a child." When I am a child. Not when he was a child, when I am a child. Like, he can suddenly turn from an adult to a child.
Time machine. Time machine.
No, Alex, shh. Let Raw talk.
No, that's it though. That's it. That's the only thing.
Not a time machine, though, because time machine puts the body of the person back.
Oh yeah, good point.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah. The quote I found, like the post I found funny was it was going into the what's the thread called, the Falklands referendum one, and
What?
you had Latouche post, since when do Catholic Church keep out of anything? And then you had DSCL go, they keep out of legal procedure when they're priests performing decent acts on minors.
Damn.
I thought that was pretty funny, good.
I think how they do the Pope nowadays is they just basically go, that one's touched too many kids, move on to another.
You know who hasn't touched too many kids? Ian
Hey.
Watkins.
Oh, you mean standing on the rooftops touching up all the children?
I think that this...
There we go, you've sung in this episode.
I think this,
Yes.
I think the podcast is getting a bit too sidetracking towards a
Yeah.
touchy
I think we're
subject.
going to have to put this one on the mature section of it now.
Yeah, this as soon as we've said that, it goes into mature. It shouldn't be mature anyway, because I'm pretty sure one of us has at least swore. Apart from me.
I don't
Yeah,
think
but
I...
YouTube doesn't mind swearing, though, when it
Oh
gets...
no, I meant in the forum.
Hey, you can
Oh, yeah,
scream
but
rape
Ken-
for about... You can play Happy Wars and scream rape for about 2 minutes and get paid for it.
Can't.
I remember Happy Wars. Well, did they finally fix Happy Wars?
Oh, I'll
No,
play
but there's
it there.
there's some Swedish guy on
PewDiePie.
YouTube called PewDiePie who screams rape at it. Yeah.
Have you
Oh,
seen his
wait,
Carlo-
and
have you
then-
seen his Harlem Shake video of him in a bloody bikini? Oh my god.
Why don't we stop talking about this before I stab all of you, because I hate PewDiePie.
I hate PewDiePie as well. I can't believe he gets paid for the
He's
things he
he's
does.
karaoke. Okay, I don't watch any of his videos really, but his karaoke one was good, where he literally just sat there singing karaoke.
Right. I think we're running out of ideas here.
I think we are. Well, about,
Should
wait, no,
we-
one more thing. What about upcoming games?
Coming games.
Upcoming games.
Judgment.
Oh yeah, Gears Watch Judgment. We're getting
Bioshock
that.
Infinite.
Mhm.
Another one.
GTA 5.
Another one.
That's-
We go on.
Luigi's Mansion 2 apparently is coming up next
Yeah, I
week.
was just going to
Oh
mention
god,
this one.
no.
One that was mentioned on the
Stole your
forum-
thunder.
One that was mentioned on the forum today was Persona Arena. Persona 4 Arena has finally got an EU release date. Finally, after like 9 months of it being in the US, it has finally been going to be released in Europe.
Wait, hold on. When did Crisis 3 get released?
Like,
A week
3
ago or
weeks
so.
ago.
Couple of
3 weeks?
ago.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I know that I think either Dan or Hannah have completed it and
Both of them
100%ed
have.
it.
Yeah, I think.
One of the Wonder Twins.
Yeah, I think.
They're the Wonder Twins. They're not even twins.
I think Dan's played it and Hannah's like 1000G'd it or is currently doing the online to get like the final achievements or something like that.
So no, I was gonna say I didn't realize Crisis was out because I forget that Steam doesn't sell it anyway, or they're not allowed to because it's an EA retail game, isn't it? And they'll sell that on Origin.
What's the point in Origin?
It's their way of saying, "Fuck you, we have our own system, Steam, but it's shit."
Hmm.
And then they tried to make Sims and mess it up.
Oh, SimCity. That's something we should probably talk about.
It got fixed. It got fixed.
Yeah, though I will get SimCity when I get a computer strong enough to run it, which, yeah, my laptop's pretty shit, even though SimCity doesn't have that big of a requirements, but I've been watching Syndicate play it, and, like, watching meteors hit the village. Village? What the hell am I on about? City. Which, I just love that, so I will definitely be getting that at one point in the near future.
I thought it did look quite good, really.
Yeah, it did look quite good. It was just a bit of a shame that at the start everyone paid like £40 worth to not even play it for a good while before they fixed it.
The thing is, though, everyone seems to be so up in arms and annoyed about it, but Diablo 3 done the exact same thing. If anything, that's £45.
A problem is between SimCity and Diablo 3, like, you didn't quite need to be on... What, did you need to constantly be on to play, online to play Diablo 3?
Yeah, constantly.
What, even if it was just
Yeah,
single
because I think you could group with some things. It wasn't strictly free one, but you could group, couldn't you, Adam? You played it, didn't you?
Yeah, I think.
Like 2 minutes?
I don't know, I didn't play it that much. All I know is you need to be online constantly, otherwise you can't play it.
I'm tempted to get Diablo 3 for PS3, just, like, depending on what the price is. If it's cheap, at one point I plan on getting it.
Oh, I wouldn't if I were you.
It depends how cheap it is, because if it's like a tenner, I'll just get it, because as long as I put like 10 hours, 15 hours, a tenner's worth it for me, compared to the likes of Call of Duty, for example, a campaign that's like 6 hours long and you pay 50 quid.
Well, I think one of the things that annoyed a lot of people at Diablo is that once you do the campaign, you just basically do the campaign again, and then again, and then again, and there's very little else.
Would you keep your character level for it, or would it just would you have to start a new character every time?
I think you keep your character level, but I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, back to SimCity.
More like Sim Shitty.
Haha!
Yeah, it's like £45 from Origin. I've just checked now.
What, SimCity?
SimCity is £45.
Jesus. I wouldn't pay that much
And
for
it's
it.
direct down mode, so it would take a good while.
I think one of the funny things about it is that they're now giving out free games to people who bought it on release. But some of the games they're giving out are like Dead Space 3, which if you bought it in a shop, it costs 30 quid in itself. So you're basically getting SimCity and Dead Space 3 for like 35 quid.
Yeah. In fact, the digital lots of it's 65.
Question, do you know they're giving out all free games and all that? If someone was to go buy it tomorrow, would they still get that code come through the email? Or is it...
No, because they fixed it.
Yeah,
It was because,
yeah, I was just wondering.
At least I don't think they would. I think, like you said, it was mainly just those who bought it on release and before they fixed it.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of reviews. I think like only 56 were 5 stars. Still less than 100 were 4, and then there was none for 3, and 2 and 1 were going well over 1,000 each.
Yeah,
It's complaining
it's really lowly rated on Amazon. But I think Samsung bought it on release, and he said he just
You got put in a server queue, didn't he?
to buy Dead Space.
I just want to segue from Dead Space just for a sec. Isaac Clarke is going to be a DLC character for PlayStation All-Stars. That'll be released tomorrow.
Well, wait, the game's already out. Never mind. Shh, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
I just like the idea that you can curb stomp in it.
That's like his main thing that he's known for. As
That's
well.
the only thing he can do.
That's like his signature move, curb stomp.
That and his really elaborate over-the-top deaths whenever you die in the game.
Oh,
Like,
oh,
they
like,
had... What the characters are in PlayStation All-Stars? Like, just give me one.
Kratos from God of War.
Kratos would grab him, rip his arms, and then rip his legs, and stab him multiple times, and then cut off his head. I bet you that's one of the overtop they give him.
I've actually seen the death animation for him. What happens is he actually gets sucked out of a space airlock, and what happens is they show the losing animation, and then they go to the results screen, and the winner's like all happy, and the losers are just frowning or something like that. And the losing portrait for Isaac is just his helmet floating in the air.
Alright.
yeah, I know what's that. Yeah, go on.
You know,
Yeah, he is coming alongside as DLC with Zeus from God of War, which makes the second God of War representative in that game. So that kind of gives hope towards more characters from other franchises being in the game. So like Solid Snake might be in it at some point. Maybe not just Raiden from Metal Gear Rising.
you know one thing that is coming out soon is Justice Gods Among Us. Have you seen anything from that lately?
Yeah, I've seen bits of that.
Some of the stuff actually looks quite good in it, considering all the characters that are in.
Mm.
It's all the DC universe, isn't it? Like just
Yeah.
everything. But I'm actually quite liking the look of some of the stuff right now. I mean, the characters so far, there's been quite a few released, and I think they released a few through a tournament. Like they held a tournament, just upon the reveal to reveal some of the characters, I'm sure. And then they released two trailers.
Oh, speaking of tournaments, sorry to go back to PlayStation All-Stars again, but there was a tournament for the two DLC characters. It was 4 rounds in the first match of free-for-all 3 players, and the 4 winning people went into 1 match, and then 2 went into the final. Then they had to play as either Isaac or Zeus. And the guy that came in second only had 1 hand.
What?
Yeah, like he used the left hand on the 2 used control stick and the L buttons, but he didn't have a right hand, so he just kind of had to use the stump of his hand to press all the other buttons. And if you think about it, if he came second in this entire tournament, that's a pretty good achievement.
Well,
Yeah.
if he's listening on the off chance, here's to you.
Here's to you,
I'll pick up
one-handed
my
PlayStation
MPI
All-Stars man. You got an arcade stick out of it because he came second, which is pretty good.
Good job he didn't get 2.
Reminds me of that guy that played the game blind, like the whole way through it, and he was blind.
That'd be pretty stupid, Alex.
No, there was a guy who actually done it. He's blind, and he played through Zelda or something.
No,
Right.
you made it up.
It seems everyone plays through Zelda. Like, if you see a video on YouTube, chances are it's
Oh! I know who you're on about, actually, the blind guy who's done Zelda.
Yeah,
How does he
done
do
it
it
blind.
again?
I don't know. I can't remember, but he done it blind.
I think, is he not, like, is there not a sound it makes whenever you
Yeah,
hit
something
him?
like that.
And he sort of knows where he's going through that, apparently.
Did you ever see the speed run on Ocarina of Time from the guy who finished the entire game in 22 minutes?
What?
Oh, I think I've seen
Nice.
that, where he somehow managed to glitch through the wall where the
Yeah.
Temple of Time.
He just glitched it a few
that, like, he
times.
did-
That's like
Like
the
he's
old
fed-
Pokemons, where you could
Like-
glitch it so you can go through all the walls or through the Elite Four.
Wait, we're talking about Pokemon?
I was just saying it was just like that.
I think we're just kind of saying anything here, so I think we
Yes.
might as well wrap it up.
Like
right,
little
so
snack bars. It's a wrap.
oh, I see what you did there. So what we're doing outside the forum, I am on the 2 Cents podcast blogspot page. I've been doing reviews for there for the last month, and yeah, it's going all right. You can view my latest review of Sleeping Dogs.
We'll post a link in the video
So
description.
yeah, just go to. Yeah, I'll put a link in the video description for it, and you can check that out. Yeah, that's pretty much it from me. Anyone else want to give a little outside the forum that they might want to advertise?
Nope, that's about it for me.
Not really, no.
Nope.
What about your YouTube channel? Anal? Channel. Oh, what about your YouTube channel? I'm tired and it's late.
About the Pokemon Let's Play that I'm currently doing.
Yeah.
I'm having fun doing that right now. It's like, normally on the YouTube channel I get bored and I stop recording stuff, but like, I'm actually planning on sticking with this and actually trying to finish the game and putting it all on YouTube. Because if you go on my videos, you've got like... whoops, sorry about that. Yeah, you've got like Pokemon Red that, like, or Ruby rather, that I've spent like... I've done 6 episodes and then stopped. And I've done that with so many, so I'm actually planning on finishing this one and doing more Let's Plays, hopefully. So that should keep me busy for a while I'm doing nothing with my life. Yes, it's rather sad, but yeah, that's about it.
And where can we find your YouTube channel?
That will be in the description, and it's already on the forum, which probably quite a few people have already realised when we've been talking about it.
Yeah.
It's an entertainment forum,
good.
isn't it?
Yeah, internet videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that wraps it up, unless you two, Wally and Brad, want to say anything about stuff you're doing outside.
Nothing really, apart from all I do is play Steam. Steam
All
games.
right. And I guess that's it. So, goodbye, boys and girls.
See you later.
Same time next week.
Yep.
Same time next week. Oh, okay.
I'm actually waving to the camera right now. Just
I'm waving. I'm waving to YouTube.
I'm waving to my desktop.
Shut up, Alex.
I'm waving to my floor.
I've stopped waving now.
There's an ant
Yeah,
on there.
we've all stopped now, bro.
Oh, you just
It's a
look
bit
silly.
late. Yeah, you just
But,
look really
but the
stupid.
spider on the floor does not think I look silly. It's kind of waving back to me as well.
I have
But
that spider on my wall. It's been
You
there
should.
about a
You
year.
should kill it.
You sure it's not
Dead?
trying to attack you?
No. Just no.
Okay, I see how it is.
Alright, so guess that's it then.